What did that do to you?
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there.
If it's love, I want everything. Touch my...
GAGAGATV. It's gravitating away. And I got a good one from the Love Guru's former wife. Folks. She took that helmet of salvation off. She finally took the helmet off. Derrick Jaxn's ex-wife removes the bonnet in new photos. Fans say she's tapping into her inner hot girl after separating from the relationship guru. Now, Danaya Jaxn reveals that she knew the bodies of the women her ex-husband cheated on her with better than her own insight. Yes, she basically says she knew his side pieces better than she knew her own self. Their bodies, that is. Danaya, I can't even pronounce this name, so I'm just going with the flow of it. It's Danaya Jaxn. And she did a tell-all interview with the Dear Wifey podcast in an exclusive clip. She says she knew the bodies of the women her ex-husband cheated with more than she did her own. Last December, relationship coach F-boy Derrick Jaxn announced that he and his wife Danaya Jaxn were getting a divorce. This happened a year after he was exposed for cheating on her, and she decided to stand by her man, even though he had admitted to being unfaithful. The pot calling the kettle black? Nah, just a dude stayed hating on brothers, stayed adding to the list of many things black men had to face. I mean, if there ever was a such thing as cock blocker, Derrick Jaxn was the epitome of that. Now, while speaking with Lestera's R. Whitfield, host of the Dear Future Wifey podcast, she knew several other women's body, again, better than her own, she says, often studying them and comparing them to herself. Now, I'm going to show you guys a clip real quick.
What did that do to you?
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there. You said you knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
Yes, several women. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. And I spent a lot of time, like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that and recreate that in our relationships so that he could choose me and want me. And that is a low point to be. And I'm tearing up a little bit because I hate that I even got to a point where that was a thing, but that it was just that. And so I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. I completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions, even sexual things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that in our life when we were engaged, and none of it amounted to anything.
Following the couple's split, Jaxn has become a trending topic on social media. New images of her recently hit the internet thanks to Twitter users. Internet's undefeated, I'm telling y'all. Jaxn shared an image of herself smiling while taking a mirror selfie. Here comes a commenter with, "Look at Derrick Jaxn's ex-wife. Now that she is free, my God," they wrote. In the photo, Jaxn is seen wearing a sleeveless orange top, tucked into her jeans, orange glasses, a blue hat, and a blue bag to match. Homegirl's about to spread her wings, I'm telling you, man. Back in March, Danaya shared with her Instagram followers that she was in the process of healing, saying she had to be alone with God. The devout Christian stylist outfit may have come as a shock to viewers who previously witnessed the loose-fitting, covered-up fashion ensemble she wore while married to Jackson. I say while hostage to Jackson, but let's keep it moving. The tweet was obtained by the Neighborhood Talk and reposted on Instagram. It didn't take long for commenters to flock to their page, stating whether they agree or disagree with the new look. People, of course, were happy to express that the helmet of salvation came off, while others made sure they held her to the fire, knowing that her husband was out here slinging cane everywhere, but talking down on black men, trying to show what a real relationship looks like when he was again knocking up everybody, doctors, lawyers, I mean, you name it. The brother was spreading the message of God, I guess, everywhere. Nonetheless, the couple really took a blow when Derrick once again was shown out in public with a new thing on his side. Due to the humiliation, Miss Jackson says she couldn't take anymore. So she went on a devout route of really going through a phase of fasting, of being uplifted through others that knew her well. I say that's a sign for brothers that was waiting, because if you ever saw Derrick Jaxn's wife before that helmet of salvation crap, listen, homegirl is packing, man. Like, yo, she's a healthy woman. I'm just gonna say that. Now, she looks mighty slimmer. Stress would do that to a man or a woman. But hey, man, I'm rooting for the woman, you know? While they were together, she faced years of criticism over Jackson's statement about men. You know, women were coming after her, men was coming after her, telling her to check her husband. He's trying to give the role of this love guru when, again, he was slinging that thing everywhere. Now, listen, prior to their separation, the couple created 2 children together, and I don't touch that. So I'm not going to even show the names or ages or none of that. I don't mess with the children, y'all, unless I know they've prior been previous figures, which they have not. Now, it is currently unclear if the divorce has been finalized, but check me out. There'll be a part 2 of the interview coming out tomorrow, and we're going to try to react to that. Now, this is my final conclusion on this entire matter. Watch these brothers, man. Watch these brothers. They want to play the 90s, you know, I could do better than your man, fake Joe, flex himself. I've never hated on Derrick in terms of getting his money. If there is enough dumb women that are just so enamored with the physical attraction, that's on them. See, men, most of us know how to separate a physical attraction with putting the ring on that thing. We know the difference. And dare I say, there are simps out there. But for the most part, brothers understand a good look don't necessarily mean that's the one you gonna book. I'm telling you. But here we go. Y'all gave all y'all money, all y'all attention to Derrick Jaxn. He played y'all, but not more than he played his wife. And for the most part, some females felt where she was coming from. Now, had she not been nasty and lashed out to the many women and men that looked upon their relationship, forgetting that her husband was a so-called public figure, and she should have had that smoke with just only him solely, maybe she would have had more supporters at the time. But now apparently that she, you know, it's funny, right? Every time these females are living their quote-unquote best lives, move away from a toxic situation, and don't get me wrong, shout out to her, but that's when they come support. As long as she looks like she's showing skin, she's out there flexing being single, doing miscellaneous things like having random sex and all that, all these females will be on your side. All these females. But when she was so-called being in a portrait, great marriage, children, you know, the status quo nuclear family all would want, she was hated on. Not by what she did. All she did was be a, you know, stumped down loyal wife. What did the women do? Remind her of how much of a dog her man was. Now, while that is her man's fault, I just find it funny, ladies. Y'all was rocking with Derrick over there. Y'all was rock. Even now, a lot of y'all know how bad of a husband he was. Y'all didn't care. Y'all just cared about the physical attraction. But I wish y'all kept it real, stood on that. Nobody would have hated. But when you regurgitating BS Derrick Jaxn had to say about black men and relationships, I mean, I'm sorry, I had to throw up a couple times, bro. That shit was pure disgust. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He called that man out, checked the brother, and all Derrick did was, you know, rebuttal with same talking points that he never lived up to. So I'm just saying, man, be careful for the Derrick Jaxns types that act like they figured it out. And most of you brothers on the manosphere, I laugh when I hear this red pill talk. You know, ain't no better teacher than experience. And if, as long as y'all keep watching, stay true to your game and what you know is right at heart, I'm telling you, brothers, y'all be all right. But all these love gurus, man, fall back from that shit, man. That stuff don't work. So, hey, man, it's gravitating away. Hope you enjoyed this one. Like, share, comment, subscribe. But whatever you do, keep coming back.